Hey peeps, we're doing an unboxing today that I know many of you have been looking forward to. We are unboxing the Three Black Moons Shadow Deck by Chris Madsen. This is an indie deck, and the artist and author, Chris Madsen of Burning Paper Hearts, did send this deck to me to unbox and review for you guys. I love Chris Madsen's Witch's Tarot. As you guys know, I've talked about it on the channel a lot. I think it's a wonderful deck for shadow work. It's also a wonderful deck that evokes the witch's journey and all of its magic and dark glory. And I'm a huge fan of Chris's photography. I have many prints of his throughout my house. In fact, I have two that I look at on the daily while I'm working. That's how much I love his photography. So, huge Chris Madsen fan personally. I'm still gonna be honest about how I feel about this deck because that's just how I roll. You guys know I've been reviewing decks for you guys on the channel for well over a decade at this point, and I'm not gonna change how I review decks just because I happen to really love the artwork of a specific artist and author. So let's see, what else did I want to say about this? Oh, I did have some conversations with Chris as he was kind of creating the framework and structure of this deck, which I found to be very interesting. So I'm very intrigued to see what the actual final outcome of his lovely creative process is. So I'm going to read the back to you. It's a 52 card oracle deck. So this is not tarot, and it's meant for shadow work. It says Three Black Moons is a shadow deck created by artist Chris Madsen. Using strong visual imagery along with a guidebook, this special oracle deck assists you through difficult emotions, trauma work, finding clarity in your relationships, or direction and guidance for life. Three Black Moons' dark and beautiful feminine nature gazes into the macabre as you connect to the deepest parts of your soul in a sacred ritual, sometimes known as shadow work. And again, created by and produced and all the good things by Chris himself from Burning Paper Hearts. So the box is white, which is interesting, which was an interesting choice for me anyhow, because it is a shadow work deck. And just personally, I tend to like my decks to be dark when I'm doing shadow work because I'm in a dark realm. However, I understand also the contrast with the light can be something that's activating for your unconscious as well. So, oh, the box itself is that lovely like velour matte feel that his other, the major, Witch's Tarot Major Arcana, and then the full deck also contained. And then there is the Triple Goddess symbol, which is, I believe, kind of like a trademark for him, because it is in all of the other decks that he's done, the two other decks he's done, and it is in the backing. Oh, look at the inside, guys. That is so cute. So I should say, I will put the link to purchase the deck down below in case you are wanting to purchase after this unboxing. Oh, that's beautiful in the back. That's really lovely. Okay, so what should we do first? Let's look at the guidebook. So the guidebook is pretty slim. I don't want to lie that for shadow work, I might like a bigger guidebook. Let's see. That says the same thing. Okay, so it just gets right into the guidebook meanings. It looks like there's an emotion section, an archetype section. He doesn't really explain why though. A ritual section, and an instrument section. Okay. Oh, and he did put me in the thank yous. Thank you, Chris. It was wonderful to get to talk to you about the deck. So there's a dedication at the back. And you do get about a paragraph of information for each one. So I would say when it comes to your shadow work here, you know, if you want to use this deck for shadow work, you're definitely going to want to have like some form of journaling process. And I think you would want to kind of journal off of the meanings for the cards, okay? And then I think where he does have these different categories, you could even separate out Like, let's say you pull from the archetypes and emotions to understand a shadow aspect of yourself that you're not currently aware of, but that you can feel the negative effect of in your life. So you could pull from emotions and archetypes and then work with rituals and instruments to assist you in how do we bring this to the light, right? How do we bring this to the light? So I would say that would be definitely be my recommendation. Just first glance at the guidebook. I think it's going to be a jumping off point for you, much actually like his guidebook for the Witch's Tarot was as well. So you'll still want to include, you're going to want to beef up the shadow work practice, excuse me, for yourself. Okay, but I'm talking too much about the guidebook. We haven't gotten into the deck. Okay, and so here's the bottom of the box. This is really beautiful. Okay, so cardstock. Oh, nice. So the card size is, I believe, the same as the Witch's Tarot, which is nice because you can use this as a clarifier to the Witch's Tarot. And I do really like the backings. We have this lovely gold edging, and it's got that, I do love this kind of cardstock. The feel of this cardstock is just delightful for me. So hold on, yeah, I love this cardstock. So shuffling this is going to be really enjoyable for me. I totally understand the contrast that Chris was doing with the white. Just personally, I prefer the black because I love, obviously, I mean, I'm an OG goth girl, but I understand not everyone is. And so you might really enjoy the contrast of this, especially the contrast with the Witch's Tarot. But so let's look at the cards. So we have love, fear, hate, anxiety, knowledge, loss. Oh no. There's some type of like powder on my card. That kind of sucks right there. I don't know if you can see that. That's not Chris's fault, but what is that? There's some kind of powder. It seems to have made a little bit of a stain there, but hopefully that's not something that will be in every deck. It might just be a production issue. Incidentally, this is my favorite card so far. I love this Lost card. Strength. Protection. Still feeling a little, yeah. My only thing with this is like the Strength card and the Protection. You know, the Strength card, we think of the Strength card in tarot, which we do think of with the Lion and the Maiden. But also to remember, I have to remember, like, we're not going to be drawing these in order. So, oh my God, I love this one. Oh, Anger. That's gorgeous. I need a print of that in my house. Curiosity. Oh, Empathy is lovely. It's really lovely. I totally forgot to say at the beginning of this that there's nudity in this deck. Sorry, guys. There is full frontal nudity in this deck. Betrayal. I like this betrayal image. Trauma. Like that one. Totally. I love this snake one. I do have a little scratch on the, just like something there. I don't know what that is. Trauma. The Cross. The Crown. Okay, so I think we're in the archetypes part now. The Mage. Oh, that's lovely. Total Stevie vibes, right? The Sun. The Moon. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to, like, it's just a little stiff just because of that gilded edging. The Star. Ooh, that's interesting with the red, almost like blood spatter halo there. The Crow. The Heart. The Devil. The Queen. I think I'm, yeah, there's another one there. The Witch. I'm not sure I totally understand that imagery there. The Enchantress. Divination. Burn. Prayer. Gathering. That's a lovely one. I like that this is like the full natural sunlight too. This sense of, you know, there is a beauty to when we as witches do gather outside, that type of energy. Worship. It's a lovely one. Rejoice. Dream. I love this one. War. Love, love, love that one. Hold on, because I'm just making sure that's not. Pilgrimage. Love this one. Ritual. Bury. Sacrifice. Magic. So I believe we're in the tools now. Lantern. But maybe not. Maybe we're still in the ritual part. Sword. I do wish we had like a demarcation or a color or something that lets us know what grouping we're in. Scythe. It's a beautiful one. Hourglass. Mirror. Mask. Candle. Shield. Vessel. Veil. This one's really beautiful. Oh, I missed. Besom. And then wand. I mean, these are beautiful. These are more evocative of the witch to me than the imagery that was chosen for the witch card, but I need to spend some time on this one. Okay, so we will need to do a shadow. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a shadow spread on the channel. I will craft some type of spread to use with this. We'll see how it feels to actually work with this for shadow work. Right now, it's a gorgeous deck. I think from a collector standpoint, if you love Chris's artwork, you're going to want this deck for sure. And it feels sumptuous and beautiful, as I would expect no less of Chris. I mean, he, like, seriously, it's a joy to hold this deck from how it feels in my hands. I do like the backing. I'm not sure, I don't feel really super connected to it right now. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work with it for shadow work. You know, I need to sit with the categories and how I'm going to bring that into offering clarity, because remember, I'm not just looking at this deck as a shadow work deck for myself. I mentor and offer shadow work packages where I work one-on-one with my clients for their own personal shadow work journey. So when I hear shadow work deck, much like Syrian Shadows shadow work decks, I am already thinking, like, how am I going to craft card spreads and hold space with this deck for my clients as well as myself, right? So I do look at it a little bit differently than those of us who just have a, not just, but who have a personal practice alone with their cards, right? So I'm always kind of looking at it from that perspective of, like, what am I going to bring to the table for my clients with this deck, right? And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use this. Now, of course, this is an unboxing. I'm going to do a full review. I don't know. I got to sit with this one for sure. I've got to sit with it. But it's really beautiful. And if you're drawn to the artwork, I think you're going to love it. I really just personally, aesthetically, again, for myself, I really love the black backgrounds in his other decks. So again, while I understand that it's a contrast thing and that it's meant to be used in conjunction with the tarot as well, I'm sure, in regards to your own shadow work, the white is a little bit just different for me, and I've got to get used to it. And then I think I'll say, I think I will share final thoughts and opinions when I do the full review. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think this is one that's going to take a little bit to get to know, and also again to know how I'm going to use it. And I do, I think if you are going to use this for shadow work in your own practice, you are going to need more than just the guidebook. I think you're definitely going to want to be able to journal. I think you're going to want to have some real good prompts, journal prompts that can help you to go a lot deeper with the deck. Maybe not so much with the deck, but like deeper into your own wounds, because shadow work is one of the most difficult things to do for ourselves, because we have to access something that we don't want to look at, right? So we really need to be able to dive in and get uncomfortable and sit with the stickiness, and be compassionate for ourselves, but also make it real. You know, like when you do shadow work, it's not pretty. It's not supposed to be pretty, right? It's not pretty. So here's the deck. I know we've all been so looking forward to this. And again, I adore Chris. Love his artwork so much. I'm not feeling super connected with it, so I've got to sit with it some more. I will do a full review in about a month's time, and I am going to craft a shadow work spread, and we'll play with it on the channel as well. Maybe we'll do a short with it, or I might offer a longer form video so that you can do it with me if you have this deck as well, or with whatever shadow work deck you prefer. Yeah, so this is it. This has been the unboxing of 3 Black Moons. It's again, aesthetically very beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. Have you purchased it? Are you going to purchase it? Did you support the project? What do you think? I'd love to know. So let me know, guys. Also, of course, as always, I will be posting, I'm sure, some aesthetic artsy type shots with this deck on my Instagram page. Feel free to check that out. And I want to say, of course, as always, thank you so much to all of you for supporting the channel. Thank you to my Patreon supporters as well. I really appreciate you guys. Welcome to the new year, my first video for the new year. So I was very excited to get a chance to unbox this deck. If you are interested in purchasing, I will be sure to have the information for that below. I am sending you guys, as always, so much love and many blessings. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.